When Nathan was young, he was our first, he was in Children's House, and every day you come home and we ask, so what did you learn? What did you learn? What happened? And the answer was always, I don't know, which is typical of that age. And I remember asking my wife before we went on vacation in Florida once, did he learn anything? And so, well, we don't really know. We kind of look around, the teachers say things are going well. Well, anyway, we're in a car with my parents, driving over a bridge. He looks out the window and says, look, Grandma, an archipelago. And my wife and I looked at each other and said, yeah, I guess he's learning something here.
Andover School Montessori started in 1975 in the basement of a church, and it grew from one morning and one afternoon classroom to now we have children from ages 3 all the way through 8th grade. So we have come a long way.
The Children's House has always been the solid rock upon which the entire school has been built.
The lower elementary, upper elementary, and middle school programs are just as effective as the Children's House.
I'm working on a daily language book. Once a week you have to do a little section of it, or you can do a full week in one day.
I'm doing a pronoun review with the pronoun boxes.
10 cubing chain.
10 cubing chain, okay.
So easy. Yeah, you just count by tens.
Most parents that I meet, they've gone through a traditional education themselves. They have not experienced themselves a Montessori way of teaching. The children are not all sitting in rows of desks doing their work. They're moving around, they're exploring, they're working in a completely different way.
There's a huge amount of structure in the classroom, but it's on a smaller scale and it's on a more individual scale. There has to be a balance in all the lessons that you do.
Well, this is our contract right here, and we're just going over what we need to for this today. Yeah. And we also need to work on measurements. Okay. Usually this contract has everything that we need to do every day. I definitely like to work here so much better than public school.
You get a lot of hands-on stuff.
Great.
Excellent. Try it again.
Concentration levels are becoming smaller and smaller and smaller because they're having this instant gratification of TV, computers, all these sort of things, and yet these materials are still attractive to these children. These very basic materials that they're still learning from, getting these same skills that these children over 100 years ago got.
Now all the brain research that's being done, the results of that research are totally in support of all the things that Maria Montessori discovered on her own 100 years ago.
The curriculum, it's so natural, it's so appealing to children, and it honors the child.
We have an integrated arts program.
They get a range of materials and a range of assignments. A lot of the assignments are tied into classroom work.
The specialty here is like organized. You get like a decent, mix of everything.
The integrated arts programs really do work with all of the teachers in all of the different areas of music, art, physical education, foreign language, and library science.
We've built a collection that really is aligned to the curriculum, which is uniquely Montessori.
We're accredited by AISNE and also by the American Montessori Society, so we have that approval, we have that curriculum. But the Montessori method is so much more.
Good morning, Alice. How are you?
It's not just about math and reading. That's all going to happen. I promise you it's going to happen. It's the life skills.
It's just providing a wonderful enrichment, nourishing the child for them to be better learners, better students, better people in the world.
So we do a lot of outreach programs in the school. It's at the child's level.
The approach Montessori education takes is that you start with the world and you work from the world down to you.
And when Christopher was done with his cookies.
I think that it's good to interact with the little kids and show them that it's fun to read.
The mixed-age classrooms have a lot of benefit.
A 5th grader would help a 4th grader, or a 6th grader would help a 4th grader with the work. I like it a lot. I think it's like a privilege to help other students.
Students who have gone through the evolution of the 3-year cycle within any level, they've had the opportunity to be the elder in that multi-age setting. They've had the opportunity to practice being leaders.
This is squaring, but you can also do cubing with it. So he needs to work on squaring right now, but then I'm going to teach him how to do cubing.
There are certain things that are common to Montessori schools, but there are some things that set us apart. a sense of community, specialists, and our facility stands out.
This school is a beautiful place physically, but I also think it's the atmosphere within that makes me want to be here.
It really is like a family.
I like it because it's very peaceful.
There's not many kids, so you make really great friendships.
The teachers can really focus on you because they don't have to worry about such a big class.
You're doing everything with just a few children rather than trying to do one thing with a lot of children.
They're not just looking to you as their teacher, they're looking to you as their mentor, their role model. They're looking to you for everything that they need so that you can set them up to do their work and then get out of their way and let them do it.
This has worked for 100 years and it's going to keep working. You can't change the basic need for order, concentration, and independence.
I used to be at a public school. It wasn't independent.
What does that mean, independent?
It means that you get to work alone with no one else.
It's what Montessori called that aha moment. It's here almost every day. And it's not what I'm doing. It's what they're discovering.
I've got like a bunch of different views on it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
High school teachers have said they can tell a Montessori student because they're very respectful of authority, but they're not afraid to question it.
One thing the school does do for you is really get you looking forward to the future.
What more can we want, even beyond high school and college, than to prepare our children so they can participate in a world that's going to be dramatically different than what we know?
So it's far more important that they learn how to pursue knowledge, how to learn, how to love learning, and to continue that as a lifelong habit.
The Montessori school today may not look like the one 100 years ago in Italy, but the philosophy is still the same, and so are the goals. We are trying to help each student reach their full potential. That hasn't changed in 100 years. Maria Montessori didn't think that what she was doing was anything extraordinary or special or unique. She was just preparing students for life.